Boris Johnson has promised a Brexit Bills bonanza at the heart of this week's Queen's speech to make the most of newfound freedoms as he seeks to put bruising local elections behind him. The Prime Minister said his government has a relentless drive to deliver on the promise of Brexit. Laws to slash red tape, boost growth and make the most of new technology are on the way, along with measures to rejuvenate high streets and restore pride in local areas by dealing with derelict properties. The PM told the Sunday Express that a Super 7 set of Brexit freedom bills will allow Britain to thrive as a modern, dynamic and independent country. His pledge comes as the party reels at the loss of iconic councils and the ousting of around 500 councillors. Senior Tory figures have urged their leader to focus on levelling up in the run-up to the next general election. Mr. Johnson said, "I'm proud that my government is capitalising on the immense opportunity that our newfound Brexit freedoms bring. This relentless drive to deliver on the promise of Brexit is why we're bringing 7 Brexit bills in the Queen's speech. I call them the Super 7, and they will benefit families and businesses across the land by changing old EU rules that don't work for the UK. From data reform to gene editing to financial services, these bills will allow us to thrive as a modern, dynamic and independent country, and this government is getting on with the job of delivering them." Tuesday's Queen's speech will include legislation to make the trade deals with Australia and New Zealand a reality, scrapping tariffs on 100% of goods exports to these countries. It will also feature the keenly awaited Brexit Freedoms Bill, which will make it easier to get rid of remaining EU laws that are still on the statute book. It is hoped this will cut around £1 billion of red tape for British business. A new law will clear away unnecessary barriers inherited from the EU to allow gene editing to increase disease resistance in crops and reduce pesticide use. The coming procurement bill will make it easier for small and medium-sized businesses to bid for public sector contracts. The Financial Services and Market Bill will cut red tape in a bid to make the UK a more attractive place to invest, and the Data Reform Bill will seek to improve the burdensome GDPR system and allow information to be shared more effectively and securely between public bodies. Meanwhile, new animal welfare legislation will raise its standards higher than the EU and crack down on puppy smuggling. Action is also on the way to return life to Britain's high streets. Frustration at the state of dilapidated town centres is considered a key reason why so many traditional Labour red wall seats switched to the Conservatives in 2019. Mr. Johnson is determined to tackle the problem of shops standing empty for years, blighting high streets and wasting opportunities for new jobs. Councils will be given greater powers to take control of buildings with the goal of transforming boarded-up shops or derelict buildings into thriving businesses, shared community spaces or housing. Mr. Johnson said, "High streets up and down the country have long been blighted by derelict shop fronts, because they've been neglected, stripping opportunity from local areas. We are putting that right by placing power back in the hands of local leaders and the community so our towns can be rejuvenated, levelling up opportunity and restoring neighbourhood pride." Recent research suggests as many as 1 in 7 shop fronts stand empty, rising to 1 in 5 in the northeast. New compulsory rental auctions will compel landlords to put shops that have been vacant for a year up for auction. Levelling Up Secretary Michael Gove said, "By empowering local communities to rent out shops which have been sat empty for a year or longer, we will end the scourge of boarded-up shops that have blighted some of our great towns across the country for far too long. These measures will breathe new life into high streets, transforming once bustling communities into vibrant places to live and work once again and restoring local pride as we level up across the country." Councils will also gain new powers to drive regeneration through compulsory purchase orders. This will make it easier to acquire land to build social housing. Pavement licensing red tape will also be permanently scrapped to free up businesses to serve al fresco food all year round. This comes alongside £1.7 billion of temporary business rates relief in 2022-23 for up to 400,000 retail, hospitality and leisure properties in a bid to boost the high street.